Hey guys, we're OSMVDXreviews.com. Today we're watching our video review of the Noah ND503. This is a Chinese to English and English to Chinese translator and dictionary device. It's for students, international students, and of course for foreign travelers looking for something that they can learn a language quickly in order to, coin key terms when they're traveling in different countries. It works quite well in Chinese, Mandarin, as well as in English. As far as design is considered, it's pretty generic. It's actually made entirely out of plastic, despite the fact that it kind of looks like brushed metal on the front here. It's actually plastic. The ND503 series remains at the very lowest in terms of cost and specs of Noah's tradition of making these Chinese translators. It's actually very low cost in terms of these typical devices. Translators by Noah typically run around $150 or $200, but this model is actually only $65, which again is very incredibly cheap, again from a reputable brand name that actually does this for a living. The ND503, as a result, actually comes without too many fancy features. In fact, the screen is actually made entirely out of monochrome LCD instead of the typical color ones that you might find from more higher-end models. That said, for those looking for basic features, I think that this will be satisfied with this handset. Take note that the front of the device, you can see some selections on the sides. These actually correspond to touch-sensitive areas because this is a touch-sensitive screen, and they correspond to different selections from translation modes, from dictionary to setting modes, and over here are a few pretty interesting selection menus because they actually correspond to different preloaded study guides that are actually on the Noah ND503. They include the qwerty, the TOEFL, so if you're an international student looking to go to a foreign country, you can actually have to take these tests to improve your reading skills. So it actually includes practice problems, not unlike that of the Princeton Digital Review Guide that we reviewed earlier with its digital SAT guide with its practice problems loaded on a portable media device, which is quite cool. So it combines quite a lot of different features, and for that low cost, we are pretty impressed. The bottom device features the QWERTY keyboard for inputting text and characters. We however, didn't really love the keyboard. It's like most of these digital translators / organizer devices. It's very rubbery and it's quite difficult to type on, and not very tactile, but it is quite large, so we didn't have too many errors with inputting text. There's also a pretty large and easy to hear speaker, as well as a power on and off key, and numerical buttons are dedicated on the side key, so you can easily press it with your thumbs, and a 5-way D-pad is on the very bottom. The device also dubs as an organizer. And also interestingly, the device also functions as an MP3 player. To do that, you actually have to plug in a pair of 2.5mm headphone jacks. It is in 3.5, so it's not universal, but it's still a nice feature to have. At the end of the day, then Noah ND503 I think is a pretty compelling device for its low cost, and it actually works pretty well. And it doesn't use rechargeable battery, but rather AAA batteries, so it's good for travelers looking for a low cost solution as well. Thanks for watching here at OSMVDXreviews.com.